Hi, Lynn McDonald here, and today I'm going to be covering section 3, retail, starting with how to retail with the catalogues, building a strong customer base. Before I get started, I just want to talk to you about the digital kit, because many people are getting started with the online digital kit, but also want to build up a customer base door to door. Now, there'll be various reasons why someone might choose the virtual kit. Could be budget, which comes under the bracket of perhaps skeptical, because you can get started with 250 books for £25 with 2 further monthly payments of £50. So the business pays for itself if you work with the books. So there might be a degree of skepticism. They might not have the time to work with 200 books a couple of times a week. They may want to focus online, or just simply the fact that they're happy to build a customer base gradually. And here we'll show you how you can use your free catalogues to help towards building a strong customer base door to door. Because Clean Easy give you welcome rewards for sales. Here helps you earn free catalogues, dropship credits or free leads from day one. So when you process an order of £150, you receive a free credit, so you can have any one of the above. Some distributors choose free catalogues to start working towards their customer base door to door. Please speak to your sponsor about this. It will be dependent on what you're looking for, but you can earn up to 5 free credits in your first 60 days while you're making money. Now that could be, if you choose the catalogues, 250 catalogues, which will go a long way to helping you to build that customer base door to door. So how are we going to use our free catalogues to help us to get these sales towards our targets? Well, you're going to get 5 spring summer main books, 5 spring summer K-Life books and 5 sale books, along with the snappy bags and order forms. So first you want to write a list of everyone you can think of that you'd like to give a book to. Friends, family, work colleagues, people from nursery, school, neighbours. But make sure you only leave the book with them, preferably for 24 hours, but maximum 48 hours. You want to get the books back quickly to allow you to give to the others on your list. And remember to give them a book every 5 weeks. Add them to your customer base, which is a mistake we sometimes make in the early stages. We give our friends and family and everybody a book, and then we don't give them a book ever again. So, preparation. Your sponsor will send you all you need for the retailing templates. It can also be found at www.systemforsuccesstrainings.com. Now you want to open up a Clean Easy folder in your documents with 2 subfolders, one for retail and one for sponsor. Save a copy of each document in your retail folder. They're all in Microsoft Word, and you can now just insert your own details. If you don't have Microsoft Word, speak nicely to your sponsor. I'm sure they'll be glad to help. Or you can actually go down the local library. But you want to get a map of your area. Either purchase a local map or go to something like Street Maps, Google Maps. Royal Mail gives you houses in the area. So here's the templates that we're going to send you. You'll get a weekly planner, callback slips. That's the slip that lets the customer know the day you're calling back. Sorry I missed you. Thank you for your order. Sorry I missed you again. Track your retail and the retail income projection. Now I'm going to go through the retail income projection, the weekly planner and track your retail. But speak to your sponsor, because they're going to help you to plan your first 3 or 4 weeks in the business to make sure that you make money. Here's a quick look at the retail income projection, and it does just that. It shows you if you work with X amount of books, how much you will earn. So you start off with how much you'd like to earn, and your sponsor will go through this with you and show you how many books you'll need to work with. It's worthwhile taking into consideration in your early few weeks that you may not get as much per book as you will once you keep on going. So here's your weekly planner. We recommend you print off 3 and sit with your sponsor either on a Skype call, Facebook, telephone. Your sponsor will help you to fill out this planner based on what you're looking for, and I'm going to break that down to you. So first, enter your own commitments. A bit obvious, but there's other things like take the wee one to the boys' brigade, go to the football, the guides, swimming, everything, all your own commitments. And now, especially if you want to build the business, enter the meeting dates. But even if you don't want to build a business in the early stages, I'd recommend to plug in the meetings to help you to get a good, strong customer base offline and online. Now enter your chosen retail plan. Once you've decided what you want to earn, your sponsor will help you with your retail planner to make sure you achieve your goal. The amount of time you commit to your cleaning business will be dependent on what you want to achieve from it. But it's important to point out that 90% of people do cleaning on a part-time basis. If you plan it properly, it's a part-time business. Preparing your books. Now you want to make every pack the same. The reason for this is so that you can see at a glance if the customer has looked at that, and I'll cover that at customer records. You want to put name and address label on the books and order forms. Print off your callback slips or photocopy them. You want to put the main book and the callback slip to one side, to the front, and the special log and the order form to the back, clearly visible. You want people to know that you are able to order. And here's a little tip. Use a highlighter pen to highlight the telephone number and the email. We want to have the telephone number because it's handy for delivery, and the email address we want to get them into either an email loop or onto our Facebook group. Preparation is the key. Prepare your catalogues the day before you're going to deliver them. Now, if you're only working with a small amount of books, this doesn't matter quite so much. But if you're working with a couple of hundred books and you plan on putting them out today and they're not prepared yet, it can sometimes end up that they don't go out. So prepare them the day before you're going to deliver them, and know where you're going with the catalogues, and don't change your mind. Find out how many houses are in each of the streets because you're wanting to plan your route. So you want to get a map and break your area into 5 areas. Now that is not all over town. That could be 3 streets, could be 200 houses. One street in my son's area can be 250 houses. So you want to break it into 5 areas. And you want to start close to home. So it makes sense. You're not spending money, time and effort going to them. And you want one area to run into the next. So you might be here, but so you pop back there to do a delivery. It's close. Don't jump from street to street for no matter what reason. Just stick to your route. Sometimes people see a Clean catalogue on the doorstep and say, oh, I'll start here, or I'll go there, or I'll go over here, or here, or here. It's called flitting, and it doesn't work. You're always going to come across other distributors, other companies, but if you stick to the plan and are consistent, it will work out for you. Good records, which I'll cover further on in the presentation. Place or post. If you don't have a lot of books to work with, we'd suggest that you place them. What is posting? Well, it's just putting them through the letterboxes. What is placing? It's simply knocking on the door and giving them a catalogue. If you're delivering your catalogues in a rural area where the houses are more isolated, we suggest you place also. You don't want to drive 2 miles, put a catalogue through a letterbox to discover they would have refused it if you'd knocked the door. But how do you feel about knocking doors? I appreciate it can feel a bit daunting, but if you're prepared in what to say and just hand the book, so knock the door, hand the book, I'm delivering Clean Easy catalogues and collecting them on Thursday. As you start to walk away, you might want to add, please leave it on your doorstep for collection. That will save me disturbing you. Here's an example retail plan post. We recommend with posting that you leave the catalogues for 2 days. With placing, we recommend you leave the catalogues for 1 day. A popular plan is deliver on a Friday, books out Friday for Monday, then deliver on a Tuesday, books out for Thursday, to collect on Thursday. So if you put books out on Friday, you're going to have them coming in on Monday. You're going to have callbacks from the Monday for the Tuesday, and you're going to have a final callback for the books on the Wednesday. And the same for the books going out on Thursday. You're going to have your callbacks and your final callbacks. So it's important to put your callbacks on your planner, and then you would want to add in there the day that you've chosen for delivery. So keep good records. It is actually essential to save time in your business and to build up a strong customer base that you keep these records. And all it is a notebook with a date and street name along the top, dates the book were dropped, and the house numbers down the left margin. Clean Easy actually sell them, I think it's a pack of 10 for about £3, but I prefer a bigger size, so I'll get a 5 notepad, but it's entirely up to yourself. You just want to make a note against each house number when you collect the catalogue, and all you're wanting to record is if they've looked at the book, if they've not looked at the book, if they've ordered, if it's a no thanks and a lost. And you can use any system you want. I just put a tick if they've looked, a cross if they've not looked, an O for an order, an N for no thanks, an L for lost, and a score lost and no thanks out. Know how many catalogues you've delivered and how many did you collect. Very, very important. And what sales were achieved. See, track your retail. Quick example of a customer base, and you would see here you can street name, date, customer details, the house number, collected, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. It's just a shortened version of it. And here you can put the customer's name, the telephone number, and now we're adding to it email. I'm starting to put a little F if they're on Facebook. But by remembering their names, even silly things like how is Cookie, which is the name of a pug that one of my customers have. Tracking your business. So it's really important to track your retail, if only for to see that you do have good days and bad days, but it's to work out your average per catalogue and to monitor your weekly sales. But if you know your average, you can then know what you have to do to get the amount that you want to earn. So catalogues out, catalogues in, total sales, average per catalogue, weekly sales, 4 weeks, and what you have done for the period. Don't think it's quicker at the time not to record the information. It's very time consuming for the future if you don't. Some of the catalogues will be on the doorstep for your collection. Those that aren't, just knock on the door and ask for your book. If they're not in, post, sorry I missed you slip. Tell them which day you will return to pick it up. We recommend the next day, but never put tomorrow. The customer goes away for a day or two. What day is tomorrow? So the average from 150 catalogues delivered, you should collect around 2/3, which is 100 at the first attempt. But it will vary from street to street and also the time of day that you collect. I reckon if you go during the day, you'll get about half of them. But this is why we have the callback system. Find on the second callback, you will get the majority of them, and on the third callback, you'll get the rest. So don't worry about that. Here's some little tips though. Always check the book to see if there's an order before you leave the door. Sometimes the customer doesn't fill in their address. If you can't easily see the order form, take a note of it in your records. No order form. No, I put a little star. But what I prefer to do is turn the callback slip over, put the address on it, and then later on, if I find the blank order form in that catalogue, I've already got the slip. If you have an order, post thank you for your order, letting them know when your delivery day is. And return for the callbacks as soon as possible. People are less likely to forget again. Now, you may have to attempt 3 times for some of your catalogues. A final sorry I missed you again should be used on your final visit. We find that this is what we call training the customers so that the next time you go, they're going to remember these little slips. So it's very important to put the slip through the letter box so the customer, 1, knows that you've been, and 2, knows that you've been more than once, so they know that you are reliable. So what to expect from a blanket drop? Orders. Catalogues, if you're putting them through letterboxes, approximately 1 in 10 people buy, with the average order of £10 at first, and that is for each catalogue collected. So if you're putting out 100 and you collect 90, you should get £90. Now obviously that is not 10 customers buying £10. Could be a £5 order and a £15, £17 order and a £3 order. Catalogues placed in hands generate around £2 per book collected. However, it's important to take note that the catalogues placed in hands that you actually had to knock on probably around 3 doors to get one placed. The sales per books will slowly increase as you cross people off who don't want a book or lose it, people who don't look, and eventually people who look but don't buy. We don't want window shoppers. So the catalogues are posted or handed to different people for 5 weeks and then we return to where we started, like we covered in Plan Your Route. On the second visit, you'll miss out the people who told you they didn't want a book, already receive a catalogue from another distributor, or if you were unable to collect your catalogue on your last visit. And this is the start of your customer base. You'll probably be going to 10 to 20% less people, so you get a little bit more for your book, and you'll find that more of them are on the doorsteps. On the third, or some people wait till the 4th visit, you'll miss out all of the above, plus the people who have not looked at the book. I do it on the 3rd visit. Some people prefer to give them another shot. It's personal to you, but it'll be around half. You're now getting closer to a customer base and you should receive around £1.50 to £2 per book collected. Now, once you've visited everybody 3 times or 4 times over the 15 or 20 week period, you're ready to cut out the people who don't look or don't buy. So even the lookers, if they're not buying, we'll cut them off. So instead of visiting 100 houses and collecting £100 orders, you deliver to 100 houses and collect approximately £300 of orders. That's around £3 a book for what we call a new customer base. The houses will be further apart and you'll find it'll take a bit longer, but you'll also be able to fit all your customers into around 2 or 3 weeks. This will depend on how many books you're working with and how much you want to retail per period. So in weeks 4 and 5, the weeks that you're freeing up of your cycle, just start another blanket drop in a new street or area close to where you're working, and then just continue in the same format as when you first started until you remove the non-buyers and the non-lookers. So what to expect from a customer base? Now that you're only going to customers, you should be receiving around £3 per book. So if you put 50 books out, you should receive 150 in sales. Now this is going to grow the more you look after them and go to your customers. You'll find that you get most of your books back with the first pickup, so no callbacks. You will start to notice though that some people have only bought once and then they've never bought again. I would take them out and maybe just give them a book once a year. Have a separate little book for once a year at Christmas. Some customers will let you down. Lose books, can't afford it, never in, return products consistently. Start to take out the customers like this. Basically what you want to do is the occasional blanket drop to replace them, because you will always pick up new customers. Remember, these people that looked but didn't buy, or the people that maybe never had time to look, might have time if you go back with a blanket drop. So once you've got rid of the customers that, you know, muck you about, if for want of a better word, or they've only ordered and they never order again. I find some customers just love to buy from the new distributor and then they never buy again. This is called a mature customer base, and with good customer service, reliability and relationships, you can expect to achieve between £5 and £7 per book. And I've known this to go as high as £10 a book, especially at Christmas. So you want to make a plan and stick to it if you want to meet your goal. Work with your planner. Don't change it for minor things, only major. And you must be consistent and regular to build up a good customer base. When collecting, you need your record book, pencils and a pen. Sorry I missed you. Thank you for your order. A towel to dry the books when it's raining, and a nice big bright smile. Even when it's raining, things that will happen, what to expect. You are going to come across other distributors' catalogues. Just carry on delivering your catalogues regardless and follow the system. Different customers buy on different days. They might like you and didn't like the other guy. There's no territories. Most established distributors are only going to 300 or 400 customers at the most per month. Therefore, the majority of houses in any town will not be receiving a catalogue on a regular basis. And as I said, you will always pick up new customers if you blanket drop. Don't listen to Joe Public. Never take advice from members of the public. Always follow the system and advice of your sponsor or your upline. We're the ones who have made it work for us, and we can show you how to make it work for you. Ignore "we don't buy at the door" stickers. They don't apply to Clean Easy. I would say that probably 70% of my customers have that sticker. They sometimes inherited it, but it's usually for junk mail and salesmen who knock on their door. We're just popping a catalogue through the letterbox and we're collecting it, so it's not junk mail. Unless it says no Clean Easy catalogues or catalogues, pop it through. Expect good pickups, medium pickups and really rubbish low pickups. It'll balance out over the month. Just focus on picking up 20 customers a week. Stragglers and lost catalogues, they're all part of the business when building your customer base. You cannot build a business without experiencing those, so get a thick skin. Develop your emotional strength. You may receive negative comments from family members, friends, or even your partner. Just simply put your trust in the advice that we give you and follow the system. It's perfectly normal to experience the above. Everybody does. So what makes retailing tick? Consistency. Make a plan and stick to it. Regularity. Maintain a frequency your customers will expect you. Reliability. Be there without fail when you say you'll be there. Personalise. Get your name in front of the customers at every available opportunity, and that includes your Facebook shop. Refund or replace without question. Now, even if the customers wish to return goods supplied by another distributor, we can take that return and do a little letter for the customer with their details, and Clean Easy will pay the customer directly and it won't be deducted from your sales. If you can only afford a few catalogues, then place them. Reduce your pickup time, as I said previously, to 1 day. And above all, build a customer base. This means keeping records from day one, getting to know your customers by name and building a relationship with them. So here's what you could earn with your catalogue retail. If you turned over £1,000 per period, your retail profit would be approximately £210. Your volume profit would be £60 because that would be a 6% bonus level, and your total profit would be £270. But let's say you decided to do online as well, and you achieved 1,000 online and 1,000 catalogues, giving you total 2,000. Still the same for the retail from the catalogues, but the profit on the K-Life, if that's what you've used to sell online, would be 150. Some people are selling Clean Easy products online, but this example is based on K-Life. Volume profit has jumped up to 8% on the Clean Easy and 6% on the K-Life, giving you a bonus of £140, which is almost by double adding online. Which leads me nicely on to our next training video. It's how to sell on Facebook groups, and these are a set of 4 videos. Video number 1 coming up now is setting up your Facebook group. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you on the next video.